So good evening, everyone. It is now 5:39 on Thursday evening, October 21st, 2021. And this is a meeting of the Capital Outlay Committee. I am Mike Mullen. I'm the town administrator. I'm here. And if we could do a roll call announcement of what other current members of the committee are here, that would be great.
Mary Hathaway, treasure collector, I'm here.
Nell Vining, town accountant, I'm here.
And we also have Selectman Pacheco.
Yes, I'm a liaison for the Board of Selectmen to the Capital Outlay Committee.
And Selectman Hull is also joining us, and we're also joined by Brenda Herbeck as well. Thank you, Mrs. Herbeck, for joining us. Like if we can actually move through and begin with the allegiance, that would be great. And I will shift to the flag here. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America,
and to
the republic for which it stands,
One nation.
nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. So like I mentioned at the outset before we started to begin, that we thankfully have interest in one of the at-large appointments that would be made by the Board of Selectmen with Brenda Herbeck. Brenda, like everyone has her information here. I believe everyone here also knows Mrs. Herbeck.
Most everybody. I haven't met Janelle yet, but everybody else, yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. So like, if you just want to really give an outline on who you are, why you're interested in Mrs. Herbeck, and then we can move from there.
Sure. I grew up in Dayton and I moved away for 12 years, but then I came back when my children started going to school, because I know it was a good school system. So we came back, and actually I lived about a half a mile from where I grew up. So Dayton's my town. I was elected treasurer collector and town clerk back in 1993. And I served in that position until August of 2004, when I took a position in Mattapoisett as treasurer collector. So, well, prior to all that, I really had started in Berkeley in the town treasurer collector's office. I was there for 3 years. So totally, I think I have like 28 years in municipal government. I've been retired for 3 years, actually 4. I retired in December of 17, but they couldn't find anybody to replace me in Mattapoisett until May. So I stayed on as a consultant until May, until they appointed somebody. And I loved working in both towns, although Dayton was a little more challenging. Back then there was no town administrator, and I realized, so I was elected in Dayton, but I was appointed in Mattapoisett, was because I still lived in Dayton. And so I saw how it, both sides of the coin here, being elected and appointed. And Mattapoisett treated me well. I loved it there and had a good relationship with everybody. Not that I didn't in Dayton, but it was a bigger challenge back then. I loved what I did, and but I was happy to retire. So I guess after 3 years, it's time to get back into doing something for the town. I held off for a long time, but I guess it's time.
That's awesome.
I'll see what I can offer you.
So yeah, like I know we don't have a full group here to see like a full group here this evening, but based on that, like, and based on, us needing a quorum to do business and conduct business, like what I would recommend to the Board of Selectmen, at their next meeting, which is, actually next Wednesday, the 27th, that the, that the board, that the board, that the Board of Selectmen appoint you, Ms. Herbeck, as one of the two at-large members to the committee. Yeah, like, and then we'll have, like at that point, 6 out of the 7 members appointed, and then we'll have a better chance of having a quorum. Like, and also just even more appealing, like, is having someone who has done this before and really understands what we're trying to do here, and the
I think-
importance of really doing it now. too.
Yeah, I really think it's great. That's one of the things that I thought Dayton should have years ago, and nobody, wanted to move forward with it, even though we had that bylaw for years and years.
Mhm.
So I'm happy that this is getting going and can be a good thing. Mattapoisa had a great capital planning system going there. Had a good board, so I think, yeah, it's a good thing.
So does anyone have any questions of Mrs. Herbeck, or thoughts or encouragement or anything else?
I don't have any questions, but I've known Mrs. Herbeck for a very long time, and she represented our town very nicely. I understand why she left. We missed her when she went to Some of us missed you, Brenda,
Yeah,
when you went
most
to,
of you.
most of us, when you went to Mattapoisett. And I knew a colleague of mine in work lived in Mattapoisett, and she knew Brenda, and she was very impressed with the work when Brenda did go over there. So she would be a great asset for this committee. Her knowledge and experience in this particular field is great, and I think she would be a plus for this capital outlay committee. So welcome aboard. You're not officially yet, but next Wednesday, hopefully, we'll get to vote you in, and you'll be on the board.
Okay.
Like anyone else, Miss Hathaway, Miss Viney, yeah, like I know Miss Hathaway might have done a little bit of arm twisting, so I'm wondering maybe if you have any thoughts or comments?
Well, me and Brenda go back a long way also, and she knows how much I love her, but she always tried to get this off the ground in Dayton. I remember, but she never had any success with the board. So now I'm glad she's on the board. I'm glad she agreed to come in the board, and Dayton's lucky to have her on.
So Janelle, you have anything else to add?
I don't, but except for I look forward to working with her.
Good.
So yeah, so with that being said, I don't want to say the Board of Selectmen is going to be a perfunctory approval, but that's what I expect at this point. Yeah, it is amazing really to have you on board, Mrs. Herbeck. So thank you for wanting to join and volunteering.
You're welcome. I hope I can offer something, I'm a little rusty, but I think it's still in my blood.
Good.
No, I agree. So moving on, I'm into number 4, like an old business. Like an update, updates on the request form, the scoring sheet, and spreadsheet documents. I did actually, I am able to share the outline that I sent out like a few moments ago as well. So just actually a few updates in where we are. On the request form process. Like we did actually send that out, the form out to all of our departments, boards, and committees, I believe on September 22nd. And our departments have until November 18th to get their first round of submissions in. And that would be for FY23 and for the next 5 fiscal years as well. we do have a number of forms and submissions in already. And we've also been working with other departments on the process, as we know this is new. And there are some folks and some committees who have been having questions about the process, what types of things really to include, how to include them, how much information they need, who can they call on to get quotes, and all those things. I've been working with a number of departments on those issues. And I believe sometime the end of next week, I'm going to schedule a follow-up meeting with everyone just to make sure everyone is on the same page and we're all rolling in the same direction at this point, because we have just under 30 days before we're expecting that first round of information in. Just as an example, last night I joined the library board of trustees for their monthly meeting. And we talked about the capital needs for the library. Some are obvious and some are not so obvious. But as part of that, what we're also expecting, in the first round, at least 3 feasibility studies to be proposed. One for the library building, one for the fire department building, and one or two for the highway department with a fuel depot as well. And I've been working with each, and I've been working with each of those departments on that. So on the 18th, when we do get quotes in, there'll be real quotes. And they'll be based on real feasibility study pricing. Does anyone have any questions on any of that so far?
I don't.
Anybody else? Okay. So moving on and talking about the ARPA funding process, I did include in everyone's packet, updated information I presented to the board, to the Board of Selectmen, to the Board of Selectmen at their meeting last week. Can ARPA, which ARPA, which the town is receiving approximately $2.3 million in funding from. We already have $416,000 of that funding. We have an additional $416,000 coming from the federal government at the end of next year, I believe. And then we are also we're also able to apply for another $1.5 million through Bristol County. And we do have, and I'll actually share my screen. If you can bear with me, is outline of some prescribed uses for the ARPA funding. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm opening up the packet. And the uses are related. The uses are related to responding to the public health emergency. They include unemployment assistance. They include assistance to small businesses. They include financial assistance to households with documented impacts due to COVID. There's also assistance in the form of loans or grants available to impacted industries. There's aid to disproportionately impacted communities. There is premium paid to employees. there's a section for revenue replacement and compliance. And there's eligibility for water, sewer, and broadband projects as well. And those are all addition to the specific ARPA funding being dedicated for transportation, to education, to childcare and other programs as well. So just actually like switching, I want to go back to the summary. Just bear with me one moment. So one of the things we one of the priorities we already know we have is a time sensitive issue relating to our public safety radio. Like issues like in a repeater, like actually like in an area of town where we know we need actually a lot of help. And the cost of upgrading that is now about $275,000. And we would be available and able to fund that through updating our public health infrastructure. In terms of everything else, and including that priority as well, we are, in terms of the process we're going through now with our capital request form, we're actually hoping that that process and the process we have running tandem will be like a good way to assess like ARPA as a funding source for any other priorities. We've talked about sewer expansion for the last 3 or so years. And under the analysis that was completed by Wood and Curran to go to Taunton, there would be about a $22 million cost, which our ARPA funding would come nowhere close to doing that. However, if we go forward with that, we might you have to do additional feasibility for engineering. And our ARPA funds really could help with that as well if possible. We also have water issues with the water issues with the Dayton Water District, especially, that we can look towards funding as well. And you can see, as I also outlined in the packet, how the town of Acton is, at this point is planning their priorities. And how they're proposing really to fund their priorities as well. So based on their population, they're receiving about $7 million in funding. You can see how they're breaking everything out. It looks like they're taking priorities from their own capital plan. In terms of the numbers right here, P1 and P46. And then they jump around going from P11 to P44. So I imagine they have a broader capital type plan document, which essentially which they're pulling these priorities from. But you can see how some of them deal with infrastructure. You can see how some of them deal with addressing negative any economic impacts. You can see how others actually down here around P22 support actually a public health response. And then they're dealing with equity issues. We're also able to fund the administration out of ARPA as well. So that is what the town of Acton, just as an example, is hoping to do at this point as well. And you can see how they're breaking it out over the next 2 fiscal years, and then there is and then they've already included a reserve for future fiscal years as well. Just as an example, and as I mentioned, it's our hope. It's our hope that where we are in capital planning now, yeah, is gonna help to like inform how we go forward with the town priorities, and then hoping at yeah, and hopefully at some point also involving sewer. And then involving the water district ideally as well. So that is where we are on APA. It's an evolving, it's an evolving process and framework. Every day we're receiving new information from the state. But since we have an urgent issue, in terms of our public safety needs, but also, I want all these issues to be part of a hopefully a broader and larger plan. So that's why I wanted to bring these up now. So does anyone have any questions or thoughts on APA? How we can be involved. I mean, I really see a need for, capital outlay to be involved and to leverage, all of our funding sources are together, but, that's where we are now.
So Mike, you see the Capital Outlay Committee as making recommendations, looking at the different projects that we have in the future for the town and making a recommendation as to what we feel that we should be, the town should be prioritizing. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, I do. Based on how we score and rate the projects and, and looking at the APA revenue, as a way to fund these projects. Yes, yes.
My other question is regarding the reserve. So we can put some money in reserve and use at a future date? Is that what I saw that Acton did or is doing?
So, I'll go back to the spreadsheet. Of their available 7 million in funding, they're proposing to spend just
Roughly 5
about
million.
5 million of it.
Yeah.
In holding back. I would call it holding back. They're not putting it anywhere else. They're just actually holding it back because under APA, I believe we have until the end of FY26 or 27 to spend it.
I think so.
And I think they're holding the rest back so they can make future decisions for future fiscal years. In the future.
Thank you.
Yep. Does anyone else have? Have any other questions or thoughts or? Or issues with? Anything I'm thinking of or anticipating at this point, or any ideas? Or any ideas I could even make it better? Come on, Mary Hathaway. I know you have a thought or a criticism. Okay. So hearing none. We have the approval of the minutes from the last 1, 2, 3. 4 meetings, but we still don't have a quorum. So we're gonna have to hold those back as well. And then the next official set date is December 16th, which is again on a Thursday evening, and that will be at 5 o'clock. At that point we'll have all the information from all the form submissions. I will have everything documented in forms and in the spreadsheet. Yeah, like, and then we can really kick off this project.
Mike, will we get that spreadsheet before our next meeting? Once, you know, we're gonna get the,
Yes,
from each department, November 18th, and then you're gonna put it on a spreadsheet and we'll have it beforehand so we can all look at it prior to that meeting. Great.
yeah, way before, like, and we'll try to get it out, probably about a week before, like, so everyone really has time. Yeah, like, time to go through it and all that.
Sure.
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
Yep. Does anyone have any other questions or thoughts or issues or concerns?
I do have a question about how we should have a school department, a school committee representative. You're going to reach out to Tom O'Connor, see if he's going to be available in the future. If not, then
Yeah,
ask the school committee to send us another representative.
yeah, like, I will absolutely do that, because having them involved and having them involved at the ground level, like we're trying to do now, is so important. Yeah, like, and if he's not, or if they're not, then we're gonna, yeah, have an issue down the road, you know?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep. So with that being said, we can't actually have a motion to adjourn, but does everyone agree to end the meeting?
I do.
Okay,
Okay.
so sounds good, everyone, and yeah, like, we'll see you before then, but we'll see you on December 16th as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you,
Thank
Mike.
you. Thank
Thank
Have a
you.
good night,
Bye.
all.
you.
Good night.
Thanks,
Yep.
Sonny. Bye-bye.